Well, the outpouring of support for Officer Mathews could be seen along the 4-mile-long procession.
Of the 2,400 who attended the service, 1,900 were law enforcement. Thousands of people stood quietly, waving flags and clutching signs as a stream of squad cars escorted Mathews to his final resting place at Summit Park Cemetery. Our Bill Hudson soaked with people along that route and joins us now. Bill?
Well, Frank, you're left in awe anytime you see this type of procession. It seemed like all of Wayzata turned out at noon, taking a couple of hours to crowd onto the sidewalks and pay their respects with flags, a lot of blue ribbon, and so many sad faces. Normally a town of lakeside leisure, it's been cast into a grievous sense of loss as stores closed and mourners stood.
It's very sad, and he's so connected to the community.
Wayzata is now a community wrapped in blue sadness, crowding sidewalks to witness the seemingly endless string of squads.
We're down here to support the community and the family.
Richard Osberg brought son Riley to pay respects to an officer they didn't know.
This is a hard thing for kind of everybody. We didn't know the family, we didn't know him, but certainly as you can see it by all the people here that it hits home.
Soon the hearse carrying Officer Bill Mathews took him to his final rest. Broken hearts and sadness felt at any age. Impressive today. We drove the procession route nearly 4 miles before the actual funeral, and it was wrapped entirely. Every tree trunk, every signpost wrapped with blue ribbon, obviously very symbolic of the fragility of that thin blue line. Frank, Amelia?
Yeah, it's a nice touch. It's so impressive. It's so sad, too, Bill.
It sure was.
All right. Thank you.
Very much so.
Officer Mathews arrived at the cemetery in a horse-drawn caisson. Surrounded by the honor guard, Mathews' family said their final goodbyes as he was laid to rest at Summit Park Cemetery. After closing remarks, a chorus of bagpipes performed Amazing Grace, followed by a final radio call.
All units, Officer Bill Mathews, 7221 of the Wayzata Police Department, is out of service. End of watch, September 8th, 2017.
The funeral concluded with the State Patrol doing a flyover. The woman who hit Officer Mathews faces criminal vehicular homicide charges. Police say that 54-year-old Beth Freeman of Mound admitted to talking on her phone and reading text messages just before the crash. She failed a field sobriety test and was driving with a canceled license. Officer Mathews was the 279th officer killed in the line of duty in Minnesota. Nationally, the Law Enforcement Memorial Association says that an average of 150 peace officers are killed each year. 2/3 of them die in traffic-related accidents. Stay with WCCO on TV and online. We will have continuing coverage of the Officer Mathews case.